concept of streamlining evolved from scientists' efforts to minimize wind and water resistance in the functioning of transport vehicles. It was found that a teardrop or bullet shape meant less resistance and thus moved more rapidly. The streamlined style was based on these principles of aerodynamics. Streamlining as a style and concept was therefore first used on trains, ships, and aircraft. Vehicles with smooth, continuous surfaces generally performed with greater speed and efficiency. They saved time and energy while also improving passengers' comfort. The style soon caught on with America's industrial designers, who were fascinated by the dynamic quality of its sweeping, parabolic lines. Beginning in the early 1930s, these designers applied streamlining freely to everyday objects, including desk lamps, hair dryers, and radios. Streamlining emerged during the period of the Great Depression following the traumatic 1929 crash of the stock market. Many Americans were without work. However, the new profession of industrial design was rapidly developing, and these energetic designers believed that streamlining would help to encourage economic recovery. In the depth of the Depression, the glossy, scientific-looking products were identified with progress and hope for the future. President Franklin D. Roosevelt spoke of the promise of the New Deal to help the country out of the Depression, and streamlining visually expressed this goal. According to industrial designer Egmont Ahrens, it captured the American imagination to mean modern, efficient, well-organized, sweet, clean, and beautiful. Streamlining flourished between two great World's Fairs of the 1930s, the Chicago Century of Progress Exposition in 1933, and the 1939 New York Fair, optimistically named The World of Tomorrow. Both fairs showcased exuberant visions of a sophisticated scientific world to come, all housed in sleek, curvaceous, streamlined architecture. This idealized office was designed for an exhibition at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in 1934 by Raymond Loewy and Lee Simonson. The versatile, prolific, and flamboyant Loewy immigrated to New York from France in 1919 and subsequently became an iconic figure of modern industrial design. Smooth curves dominate this scheme, which is virtually devoid of right angles. The fields of manual labor also succumbed to the romance of streamlining. Slick, aerodynamic tools and machines made work appear more attractive and easier to accomplish. Moreover, streamlined casings served to protect sensitive or potentially dangerous interior mechanisms and to cover unsightly working parts. Of all the rooms in the home, the kitchen and bathroom were the first to be streamlined. Increased awareness of public health during these decades promoted a more sanitized and biologically conscious lifestyle. If the modern kitchen became a laboratory, the modern bathroom became a hospital of preventive medicine. Streamlining affected not only the sleek look of the fixtures and appliances, but also the efficiency and movement within these spaces. The new kitchen integrated sink, garbage disposal, and dishwasher all in one unit, so that one could clean up after a meal without taking a step. If streamlining first entered American households through the kitchen and bathroom, it gradually transformed the other areas of the house, the living, dining, and bedrooms. Curved furniture forms, a more pronounced horizontal orientation, and a shared low sightline transformed traditional rectilinear rooms into sophisticated modern spaces. In the living room, the new custom of the cocktail hour gave rise to the domestic bar. Prohibition had persuaded more Americans to drink at home, and the accoutrements of this modern practice were suitably streamlined. With government and businesses cutting back workers' hours to save money and increase job opportunities, many Americans had more leisure time than ever before. A recreation room, or rumpus room, became a new fixture of the Depression-era American household. The radio and phonograph in the rumpus room replaced the dining table as the center of family life. Although streamlining is primarily associated with the decade of the 1930s, the style persisted into the 1950s and returned with great vigor at the end of the 20th century. The pop art movement was a major factor in this revival, as artists in England and the United States looked to popular culture, past and present, for inspiration. Roy Lichtenstein, for example, incorporated motifs from American streamlining into his mural of 1990 for the Times Square subway station in New York. Many products today continue to exhibit the aerodynamic style. Streamlining, with its fantastical yet friendly forms, conveys both nostalgia for yesterday and optimism for tomorrow.